questions.
Thank you, Chairman. Mr. Lieberman, E&C has combated Biden overreach, ensuring Americans' home appliances actually work. Other measures like House Joint Resolution 24 save businesses using refrigeration from billions in increased compliant costs or even closures. In my own personal experience, the EPA has changed the refrigerant of Freon in different grocery stores in the country 3 different times in the last 15 years. What that means is when you have a compressor, you have to pump down the compressor, you have to discard all your old gas, you have to flush out the lines, you have to buy the new gas. Like in a company that my brothers run, you have anywhere between 60 to 75 compressors. This could be a cost for a very small business of anywhere from $50,000 to $150,000 every single time you do that. And this is our businesses that are running on 1.25% net. Now, if you're a small little mom and pop independent, much smaller than my brothers, you're gonna go out of business. Now, for the big boys like Kroger, this could cost them $10 to $45 million just to apply this to their stores. And here's the thing, there's no proof in the EPA that the new refrigerants they're using within these systems actually do any better for the environment. So there's actually no proof to back this up. In fact, one of the different changes in the gases, I believe from it was 2007 to 2013, there was virtually no change in any way, shape, or form. And they actually made you do this. And it was such a tremendous cost to the actual small business owners that a lot of them went out of business. So I think we have to really look at things sometimes differently. Like the opposition party, if you look back in history, when they were talking about bags in retail, first they said, let's get rid of the paper bags to save the trees. Then they said, we can't use plastic bags anymore. Then they said, we're gonna go to the cloth bags. And the cloth bags were shown to hold all this bacteria within them, and they thought that was bad. So instead of moving quickly and changing these procedures of what gas we use in our compressors within the retail industry, I think we should slow down and have more testing done to see which actually makes sense. So contrary to popular belief, Republicans are conservation. That's what we believe in. When you look at Ducks Unlimited, we're about preserving the land. We want to hunt, we want to fish, we want to love the outdoors, we want to work with the opposition party for a common sense approach to having a better system where mom and pop stores can actually stay in business. We simply don't want to use tax dollars to push an agenda. We want to look at everything from every possible angle. So, Mr. Lieberman, my question to you would be, how can we continue to protect the environment while also protecting consumers' choice and protecting small businesses? Thank you.
Well, you're very much correct that the proliferation of refrigerants is a big requirement. Decades ago, the trademark Freon, but known as CFC-12 or CFC-22, a host of chemicals, were restricted on the grounds that they were depleting the ozone layer. Years later, the ozone-friendly substitutes were targeted as greenhouse gases, so it kind of is always something. And so this has added greatly to consumer costs. It's added greatly to repair costs. For example, I know a repair service technician saying he may have to get a bigger truck because all these different refrigerants, and some of it requires dedicated equipment just for that particular refrigerants. There's a risk of cross-contamination using the wrong refrigerant. There's a lot of costs that are on consumers. You also mentioned refrigeration users, supermarkets, and others. So refrigeration and air conditioning has very much been hit with an avalanche of regulations. So at the very least, a go slow approach would be better than this approach where equipment that has years of useful life left, suddenly they have to consider maybe making some changes because it's not clear that the refrigerant needed to service it will be available in the years ahead. So there's a lot to be said for a more measured approach rather than constantly changing the requirements.
Very eloquently said, and I do think there's good intentions on the opposition party, and perhaps with the EPA, the intentions are good, but perhaps conversations with associations that this is going to affect so they can see the boots on the ground and see how it actually affects the economy and affects the public. I think those talks would be very helpful to all of us, even bringing in the research, bringing all 3 of the parties together. I thank you for your time, and I yield my time back to the chair.
Thank you.